Hey there, John Larson here on behalf of Green Days Group, and I wanted to run some videos on basically using Trello. Now, we use Trello as a project management tool, but it's been a little bit difficult because I really wanted to help organize my business better, and especially with some of the things that we're working on, trying to manage complexity is really tough, and we've used some really expensive project management software, and I've been really dissatisfied. So we've been diving into Trello trying to figure out how best to make it work. Now, what we're looking at right now is a screen that Trello defaults to. Basically, it's like an orientation screen. So when you log into Trello, this is kind of the first thing you see. And the way that Trello functions is that it breaks information down into sort of subcomponents. So there's a little bit of language that you have to learn. But once you get the hang of the nomenclature, it's actually really easy to use. So you can see here this space that's in blue. This is sort of the default color, but this is called a board. Okay, so you could almost imagine this like a whiteboard, if you will. And you can have basically these lists on the board. So you could imagine sort of drawing boundaries and creating major categories for your content. And then attached to that, you can have cards. So these are almost like Post-it notes, okay? And what's really cool is that this whole thing is all drag and drop. So for example, this welcome to Trello. If I wanted to, I could move this, just drag and drop right over to this card here, this intermediate card. So that's really pretty powerful. Now, what's handy about Trello is that there's a lot of different capabilities sort of behind the scenes. So when you're looking at a card, you get a nice summary, and it's basically whatever you define it to be. But when you click on it, you can have a lot more detail. So you can see here in this case, you could have a checklist, you could have a detailed description, you can keep track of activities, you can invite other people to participate with you on that particular checklist. You can set a due date. So there's all of these different really nifty kind of management capabilities built right into the platform, and it's incredibly flexible. Basically, it's a construct, and you can do whatever you want to do with it. So it's sort of open to your imagination. How do you want to work? And that's, I think, what's so liberating about this platform. So many project management systems, you have to work the way they want you to work. And that's fine, I suppose, if you really don't know what you're doing. But when you have a very specific way that you want to run your business, and you're doing your very best to try to consolidate your resources so they come into alignment and so you can track everything that's happening in your business, being able to construct a management tool the way that you want it to be constructed is really pretty handy. So this sort of way of approaching things very much supports that. So again, this is just meant as a sort of broad introduction to Trello. The main concepts, you have boards, and those boards can contain information. It's broken down into various lists, and you basically create these lists to be whatever you want them to be. And then within those lists, you can attach cards, and those cards can be color-coded, they can be assigned to people, they can have due dates, they can have checklists, they can have notes. You can do a lot with these. So all of that kind of works together and becomes the foundation for what I'm going to show you next, which is a personal way of keeping track and keeping organized for your own tasks within Trello. Thanks so much for your time. I hope this has been fun, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.